Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks. Let me. Something appeared on the screen. Thank you. Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our SACRE meeting. This is our second meeting of the year. And this meeting will be webcast live on the Council's YouTube channel and can be viewed by the link. Link is provided underneath, so people can see our meeting. They can watch. My name is Councillor Harbhajan Kaur Deer, and I am the chair of this committee. Before we proceed this meeting, members, please write your views or your comments in the chat box. Just to remind you, we have a chat box. If you can't raise your hand, please just write it down and the officer will try to respond to your questions, or they will take your views or comments. Shall I check the group A members? How many do we have in this meeting? Group A means the groups representing religious denominations other than Church of England. So we got 17 members here. Marian, who else? Zaina, could I ask you to make a note, please?
Yeah.
Group A, Marian, Paula, who else? Bidilal, yes. Yeah. Is there anyone else? No. Right, we have only 3 members. From Group B, Church of England. Right, Sue Larson, Oriel, 2. And Group C, Teachers Association. Me. Yeah, Sinead. Only 1, yeah. And from Group D, we are, how many we are? Myself, Councillor Mahmood, Councillor Rice, Councillor Oxley, and Councillor Mahendra Midha. We are 4 or 5 people are here, members. Right. Now let's start the agenda for this meeting. Apologies for absence. I had received an email apology from Councillor Tariq. Any other apologies?
From Councillor Sidhu.
Yeah, Councillor Sidhu, Tripath, yeah, thank you. Make a note, please, yeah. No other apologies. Urgent matters? None. Is there any urgent matters, members?
No, Chair.
No. Thank you. Declarations of interest? Anyone to declare anything? No.
No.
Thank you. Matters to be considered in private? None I know of. And minutes of a previous meeting? Previous meeting held on 17th of June. I hope you have all read these minutes, but I will go through page by page. The item we discussed about SACRE statutory responsibilities, A, collective worship and determinations. 2, it was SACRE statutory responsibilities to schools, CDP training and support to schools from LA, local authority.
I just put one
Any-
thing in the chat,
Yes,
Councillor, which was just one typo on item 8. It should be CPD, continuing professional development, not CDP.
yeah, CDP, CPD. Thank you very much. Thank you. So the next, it was links with other bodies, national updates. SACRE own arrangements of support to schools, membership, finance of the ASC. Then SACRE work plan. Any questions? Any concerns? No? So can we say these minutes are correct?
Indeed, Chair. Agreed.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's now move on to 5A, which I have, it's not on the agenda, but I would like to ask members, all of you, to introduce yourselves and tell us if you have any local news about school or any related to our SACRE meeting. And any invitation you have attended, any events, or you have received any invitations. Could you please tell all of us and share your views with all of us? Where shall we start from? Shall we ask Marianne first of all? Marianne.
Thank you. I'm Marianne Eisen, and I'm a member of Ealing Synagogue. I represent the Jewish community here in Ealing. And although I'm not visiting schools at the moment, one of the things I do as a result of SACRE is I'm on the Ealing Sanctuary Forum, because Ealing is, as you probably know, a borough of sanctuary. In fact, we had a meeting today, and you may be interested in what they are doing, but it really is admirable what this council is doing in that context.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Marianne. Oria?
Sorry, trying to unmute myself. I visited schools in the past. I'm not at the moment, but I'm working across 4 different Church of England schools, and also quite closely with the Hillingdon Borough. So doing a lot of work between Church of England schools and community schools, and sort of exchanging ideas between them, which is and the work both I do with the Church of England and also with the SACRE has been really helpful for that.
That's very good to know that. Yes, I think it's a good idea to share our own really experiences, or wherever we are going or attended any events or any concerns with the schools. It's better to share with all of us. Sue Larson.
Yeah, hi, thanks. So really, my role in the SACRE has largely been visiting schools when they need to have a determination approved. I've visited quite a lot of primary schools in the borough over the recent years, and I continue to do that and to offer support to schools who are applying for determination, so they know what that looks like. I head up the collective worship programme at my own school, and we do share expertise and encourage discussion and reflection on best practice.
Thank you. Thank you. Paula.
Hello everybody, I'm Paula Walker. I'm a recently retired head teacher, and I now work for 3 days a week for the diocese, the London Diocese Board for Education.
Sorry, which school you are retired from?
I retired from a school called Christchurch in central London. Yeah.
Right.
So I was a head there for about 18 years.
Thank you
and I retired in April. So my role with the diocese is I'm a school effectiveness partner. So I go in and I help schools to improve. I give advice. I support them through Ofsted, etc. And I have another hat, which is helping the diocese to deliver their aim for racial justice. So I do a number of things wearing that hat. And one of the things I've done recently is to look at the autumn collective worship syllabus with my equity and justice hat on to advise them how they might be able to include that within their collective worship.
Thank you very much, Paula. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's great to know about your background. It's very good. Thank you. Bidila?
Yes.
Are you there?
Good evening. Yeah. Good evening, Chair. Good evening, everyone. We've connected from the Ramgarhia Sabha, we've connected with Villiers High School as part of their community forum. And we offered students 3 placements for work experience in the summer. And we had 3 students attend, and they learnt and helped us design a library space in one of the areas within the Gurdwara. And with that, they were learning skills of communication with different age groups of people that came in to talk with them about how the faith is trying to be cohesive more with the community, etc. And they learned problem solving skills, design skills, and digital skills. One of the students was struggling with the maths concept of design. Yeah. So we chose Lego bricks to help him spatialize that learning, which he really enjoyed. And at the end of it, he said, could he take his drawing, his scale drawing, home with him, signed, so he could put it on his wall because it inspired him to look at architecture as a career.
Oh, that's very good. Very good.
Thank you.
So Bidhi, you work only in Ramgarhia Gurdwara? Or
no, Ramgarhia
teaching?
Gurdwara. Yeah, Ramgarhia Gurdwara is my voluntary unpaid seva.
Right.
My background has been curriculum design for apprenticeship programs with an independent training provider. Prior to that, teaching in FE colleges in the business field. Yeah. And currently I'm working for a Jewish organisation called Norwood, a charity based in Stanmore, who support neurodiversity and neurodevelopmental adults and young children and families.
That's great. Great. Good to know that. Thank you very much. We never explored this before. We never knew who's doing what. Thank you very much, Bidhi.
Thank you.
Apra Sharma?
Yeah, hi, good
Hello.
evening.
Good evening.
Hi. So I'm the Hindu representative, and in terms of, I am in the service industry, so basically in the IT side of the area, information technology. So in terms of what are the various work that are required to be done as part of in the Hindu community. So I am associated with the Seva Foundation, and in terms of the schooling and all, it is basically my other member, Sachin Bansal, who has not been able to join today. He is much more kind of involved in doing a lot of different activities. Right. So, yeah. So that is, yeah.
Yeah. So I think Bansal, Mr. Bansal is based in Hayes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you also works in Hayes or in a Ealing area?
So it is in Hayes and in Ealing area as well. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Apra. Thank you. Am I pronouncing your name correctly, Apra?
Yeah, it is correct. Yeah, thank you.
It is correct. Thank you very much. Thank you. So these are my, I think now I've got counselors. Do I need to go through counselors? Yeah, thank you. Councillor Mahmood.
Thank you, Councillor Deer. A very interesting time for schools and working with the community, which probably my Hindu community knows that there is a Navratri festival is going on, and almost in my constituency, almost every school is coming together, and the community is hiring a venue of the school venue for celebrating Navratri. So that is the joint partnership between community, a local community celebrating Navratri in the schools. That's the very good sign, and that's a good partnership. A couple of hours ago, I was in the primary school where we have got a postal competition where the business community come together and trying to motivate the young children, primary school children, to do something, to draw the poster which can make awareness about climate action, about street cleaning. So that sort of things I was attending a couple of hours ago. That's a very good things. If the business community or local community and school community come together to think about how we can make the a better place to live and raise the family. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Councillor Mida.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I can tell only few things. When I was mayor, I went to different schools, different communities events. So it's a North Primary School is very near to my house. I always go there. I sit with the students, with the teachers. I always encourage the students. It's a primary school. They know me. They used to come to my shop. So I encourage them do good works. When any events they call me, I always go there, like celebrating Guru Nanak birthday, or they once a year they events, different cultures, people come there, different dresses, different foods. They provide it. I always go there and encourage all my community because they get together that day. The teacher, the head teacher is very happy when I go there because everybody knows me. So encourage everyone, get together, we can do for the community. This is my achievement. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Councillor Rice. Are you there? She must be, I think, on the train. She was coming from the conference, I believe.
I can go next, Chair.
Sorry?
I can go next, Chair.
Next is, I think, Councillor Gallant. Yes. Councillor Gallant, are you there?
Yes, Chair. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, I'm here. Yep. Thank
Yeah,
you very much.
yeah.
Yes,
Good
good
to
to
see
yes,
you.
fascinating. I totally sort of follow on from Councillor Mahmood. I'm in my ward is residential, but it's also very much business and commercial. And we make a lot of effort to bring everyone together, to bring everyone together, make everyone appreciate everybody else's festivals, and to bring about that sort of understanding of community. So I totally go along with that.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Councillor Oxley.
Good evening, everyone. Councillor Jonathan Oxley, councillor for Hanger Hill. I'm on the committee. I mean, obviously formally because I'm with the opposition and there's a balance on the committee. I guess I am very interested in how children are educated around different religions. It does strike me we live, one of the things that's brilliant about Ealing Borough and about my ward is diversity, and that's wonderful, but it's very important that diversity doesn't turn into fragmentation. I think it's very important that children really understand where their families come from and where the kind of philosophies of the religions that they have. So I think it's incredibly important for the country and for the bringing people together through religious education. And it saddens me when I read some of the papers that there's this reduction in the number of people teaching religious education at university, and I do think it's something that's much more important than I think people give credit to.
Right. Thank you. Councillor Halili.
Good evening all. Thank you, Chair.
Good evening.
I'm Councillor Haley and I represent North. Yeah. and I represent North Acton. I come from the Muslim background. My kids, they attend Church of England school and they attend Catholic school because I grew up as a Muslim going to Catholic school. So it's interesting to be on this committee, not only for the background that I work in education too, but also, like Councillor Oxley has said, I find it very interesting for children who come from a various of background and communities and religions go to certain school. For example, my kids go to a Church of England, and I know there's a lot of stigma around Muslim children going to a non a Church of England school, but it's the diversity that I support and the ethos and the commonality that we all have, regardless of the communities that we come from, and we all believe in one God regardless. So thank you for having me, Chair, on this committee.
Thank you very much, Council. Thank you. Thank you. I think we have gone through all of the members. Shall we move on now?
Chair.
Yeah. Yes, Jan?
No, it's Councillor
Jan, you have muted yourself. Jan, you have muted yourself.
Did you wish me to speak?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, there was somebody else that was asking to speak. I think we may have missed someone, Councillor Dear. But did you want me to just say hello? It's really lovely to see everyone today.
Please do, yeah.
I work as the national advisor across England and Wales. And my work is to try to raise the profile of religious education far and wide. So I'm really interested to hear what a number of the councillors said today. And one of the things I'm working on in particular at the moment is trying to support teachers who did not train in religious education, but are now teaching religious education, and how we can upskill them so they feel more confident in the classroom. So that's what I'm working on at the moment.
Thank you. Sinead.
Hi. Yeah, Sinead. I'm Sinead Galbraith. I'm an education advisor for Ealing Council. I work in two quite different areas for the council. Elective home education and then safeguarding in schools, and then SACRE lead officer as well. So I work in and around schools, and I work to support some of our strategic leaders as well in safeguarding and attendance. And I actually interestingly sit in the access and inclusion team. And when we come to sort of local updates, I'm going to talk a little bit about inclusivity and a sense of belonging for our children, which obviously has resonance with the work that we do in SACRE. And I've just put a note in the chat, Councillor Dear, that I think there's 3 other members on page 2. Yeah, that you can't see me.
Yeah, I actually switch on to people, then the list is here. I can see them. I couldn't see them in the front of my screen. Councillor Raza? Are you there, Councillor Raza? No. Faduma, Councillor Mohammed?
Yes, I am, Chair.
Yeah.
I thought for a minute there that nobody could hear me.
We can hear you.
You can hear me?
I can. Yeah, we can, I think.
Good. I'm Councillor Faduma Mohammed. I'm new to this committee. It's my first time. I represent Southall West Ward, which is a new ward. And in my ward, there's 2 primary schools, Tudor Primary and Beaconsfield Primary. And it was quite interesting. Before the summer break, I attended Blair Beach Primary Culture Day, which was quite interesting. Children's knowledge about tolerance, religions, and cohabiting many neighbours with different background. So I'm hoping that I learn a bit more about how schools are actually growing with the children, the knowledge they're obtaining, and how they are working as a community together. Thank you.
Right, thank you. So I tried with the Councillor Radha. She hasn't responded. Then
She has
Hello,
on
I
comments.
think my signal
Yeah.
is playing up a little bit, which is why I can't get through to you.
Right,
It's going on and on.
Right, okay. Now we can hear you, Councillor Raza.
Oh, okay. I'm Councillor Raza and I'm from Central Greenford Ward. And I've been on SACRE for many years now. And hope to stay on SACRE because it's always very interesting. And as a school governor, I think it's really important that we know what's coming down the line on things like religious education as well. So that's my interest in SACRE. Thanks.
Thank you, thank you. That's it. I think we have gone through all of them. Yeah. Right. Thank you very much. It's great to hear your experiences and your professions. We never explored this actually before. We never. Thank you very much for your input. So now, number six on the agenda is a determination schedule. Yeah, I will invite Sinead Galbraith to update.
Yeah,
please.
Thank you, Councillor D. Yeah, so on our determination schedule, we've got we didn't have any applications that were ready for this meeting, which means that we've got two coming up in February, Havelock Primary School and Featherstone Primary School, and then two in the summer term for the summer meeting, Lady Margaret Primary School and Three Bridges Primary School. Just to update members who weren't here at the last one, we had 3 primary schools complete last year, determinations 24-25, which were approved by this committee, North Primary, Allenby and Hamborough.
Thank you. Members, any comments? Have you checked the list? Sue Larson.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. Sinead, on the schedule that you attached, it doesn't, the column at the end for complete doesn't show that Dairy Meadow was completed. So I think that's just a little admin error.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I just want to ask about Beaconsfield, because North Primary, Allenbury and Hamborough were all visited and the schedule went ahead and they were approved, but Beaconsfield Primary, I see it said that wasn't complete. I know I didn't visit them and I don't remember that going through. So do we know what the status of that one is?
No, it's not complete in the moment because a visit hasn't been able to be finalised. So yeah.
So will we try and do that in one of the next 2 meetings?
We will, yeah, we'll try and fit that in.
That's great. Thank you.
Thank you for mentioning that. Yeah.
Thanks. So, Councillor Oxley.
Yeah, I just wanted to just briefly sort of reiterate. I think it was Sue, you asked for people, or you were welcoming people to come along to inspections. And just to reiterate, I'd be dead keen to come along to your next one if the dates work and learn more about the process. So I just wanted to mention that. Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
That's great. We'd love to have you.
Exactly. So I think Zaina will inform you for when we have a next determination. Yeah. And she will check it with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair.
Yeah, Councillor Gallant.
Chair, yes, thank you very much. Sorry, I'd also be delighted to come. Please do invite me. I think I've asked before, not yet been able to attend, but I will be very happy to attend.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So, any other, Marianne?
With all these people offering to attend, which is wonderful, I just recall a conversation we had, I don't know how many years ago, saying that we should have a maximum of 2 people visiting a school, because otherwise it's a bit intimidating.
Yeah, that's what I think we discussed in the previous meetings. To at least 2 members should be visiting schools, because Sue, really, I feel sorry for Sue. Sue goes to all schools, and really she is doing very well. So I think that is we agreed in the past 2 members should be going to visiting schools. I think Councillor Oxley and Councillor Gallant, they raised their voices before. I think in the future they will be in touch before we had any other applications from schools. Thank you very much. Councillor Mohammed?
Yes, Chair. I was going to put myself forward as well, as Beaconsfield is my ward. But I just wanted to ask: is there a whole year schedule for determination that is published in advance if we wanted to raise our sort of wish to attend?
I think, Councillor, if you check this list, which Sinead has prepared,
yeah,
I think that shows the whole list until 2028, even 29, October 29.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, okay. So all information is there. And again, we all discuss in our meetings. If you have any really comment or you can have any inquiries, please ask Zaina to find out.
Okay.
Yeah,
thank
you very much. Thank you. Apra?
Yeah, hi, Councillor Deal. I would also like to attend the school for the determination.
All right.
Yeah.
That's very good. Zaina, could I ask, are we taking names?
Yeah, I am.
Please make a note here.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Can I make a suggestion? Sorry, Councillor Dear, just with when you're taking the names, could you maybe note their ward as well, or because it would be good for location.
Yeah. Thank you. It's a great suggestion. Yeah, Zaina, take please wards also for these councils. They are agreed to attend these schools. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do.
Councillor Oxley, your hand is still up. Have you got any more question or to say anything?
No, that was just my inefficiency. I apologise. I'll attempt to pull it down.
That's fine. Don't worry. Thank you. So, right. Okay. Thank you very much. Shall we move on? Oh, Jan Maguire. Jan. Sorry, I didn't check. Sorry. That's Jan. Go
yes,
ahead.
thank you. I just wanted to say to those of you that are new onto SACRE that Ealing has a very good reputation with the determination practice nationally. And it's all thanks to many of you, especially Sue, that does so many of the visits, and to Sinead and Councillor Dear and all of the team that makes sure that you've got such a good practice in place. And I did flag up, and I wanted just to make you all aware that Jonathan Doney at the University of Exeter is just carrying out a study on determinations and withdrawal across English schools. And I would really encourage anybody, especially if you are like Sue, working in a school, to fill that survey in, because I think a lot of schools filling this in will have no experience of what determination looks like, and you do. You would be really key in that survey. Thank you.
Oh, great to know about it. Yeah, thank you very much, Jan. Councillor Mahmood.
Thank you, Chair. Just wanted to add what Jan is saying, and being the SACRE chair for 8 years, and I just wanted to say a special, the name you said, they're very thankful to them for their contribution, but Marion was really very passionate to visiting the school, and I must say thank you so much, Marion, on the behalf of SACRE. You have been doing this thing for many years, and I really valued your contribution.
Thank you very much. We all do. Thank you very much, Marianne. Thank you. Thank you. So we have reviewed the list of this determination. So I can't see any hands up or any. Yeah. So shall we move on? Item number 7 is SACRE membership. Sinead, again, you. Could you please update us
Yeah, it's just a very short verbal update here that we have, which has been circulated. So in Group A, there's currently 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 vacancies.
Is it 9?
No,
Group
it's 7.
A. 7.
Yeah, 7.
Yeah.
Apologies.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I've got 2 sets of notes. That's why some were
right.
just updated more recently. Group C is the one we're struggling with at the moment. Associations representing teachers. We're corporate because there's one, me at the moment, but there's we're missing the teacher national bodies, so they've been written to, and we'll get that out there, but it would be good to have some more teacher representation. Doesn't have to be from the NSUWT or the NHAT, but there's 3 vacancies there.
Yeah, I remember Stephen used to attend this meeting. Stephen
Yes,
Sims.
he hasn't attended for.
He hasn't.
Yeah, he hasn't attended for some time, so I think that we need to maybe if Sana could follow up with whether apologies have been sent, whether a deputy could be sent, and then renew that position.
Yeah. Could I talk about Group A list?
Yes.
There is a Mr. Rabindra Pathak.
Yes.
He is in his 90s because I know him personally. I don't think so. He has attended any meetings. We need to check it with the temple. It's really, he can be contacted. I don't know. You might have his contact number. And we should check it with from Ram Mandir. It's a Hindu temple on in King Street, South Hall. Yeah. So next one is, as far as I remember, please correct me if I'm wrong. Group B, Reverend Canon Mark Paulson. He actually resigned because he sent his apology and he has written to me, as far as I remember, he had another commitment, so he couldn't attend our meetings. Could we check it with this?
Yeah.
As well, please. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still remember his name is Mark Paulson, and sending us an email about his other commitment. So I don't know whether he's still a member, probably not, but he hasn't attended a couple of meetings.
Sure.
Right. Good to see you, Councillor Mahendra Midda is here today. And we got a lot of vacancies anyway. Yeah. So members, Councillor Oxley.
Just a very quick comment. I think you've got John Ball under the council members, Councillor Ball rather than myself, Councillor Oxley. So it just needs to be amended.
Yeah, that needs to be amended. Yeah, that's right. Why didn't I check it? Yeah, that needs to be.
It's easier to check your own name.
Oxley.
You're forgiven.
Well, I checked the others, but I don't know why. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. Apra?
Yeah, hi. So the Mr. Rabindra Pathak you mentioned from Sri Ram Mandir. So what denomination does he belong to? Is he, because to my understanding, the Hindu SACRE member are complete, isn't it? So there were only 2 vacancies, and so that both are filled. So
my question, Apra, was because he hasn't attended so many meetings, and I know he is quite in a mature senior member of this group. we need to check whether he is still a member or not, because I haven't seen him attending any meeting. I know him personally. He is in his early 90s. So that's what my concern was. Is it clear?
Yeah, all right, okay, because the two, we have the 2 members filled, so I just was keen to understand. Do we have three people vacant, 3 people requirement for Ealing, or it is 2?
I think there's 2 things we can just jump in. So if you look at Ealing SACRE constitution, there is a paragraph, and I'll see if I can find it and post it in the chat, around attendance of meetings, and if 2, I think, or more are missed, then that person needs to be approached about whether they want to continue or send a deputy or step in. So there is a difference between a vacancy, which has never been filled, and the position kind of here where we're following up on attendance.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I think, Sinead, there are other people also from Sikh Missionary Society, Miss Jaswant Kaur Bulla, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, from 5 up on from the and Ramgariya Sabha Sundar Kaur Cholia, I don't know. I don't think so. They attend this meeting. We need to check it with them. And there is a vacancy, Ramgariya Sabha.
Yes.
If we can check it with this list, please.
Yes, sure.
Thank you. I don't know about the other members. I think a couple of times the Islamic members have attended a couple of meetings. I don't know where are we with them. Anyway, we'll check. Is there any other concern, Mrs. Midda, Councillor Midda?
Thank you, Chair. Because I read all the report, there are so many vacancies for SACRE. How can we encourage the people they can come forward? My question is that.
The question we have discussed in the past, Mrs. Midda, that the officers, they write to the agent like Ramgariya or Ravidas Sabha, they have to appoint people, they can put their name forward. That's how the council works with to appoint people.
Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Paduma.
Chair, I'm not included in the list as well, Chair. The members. Ealing Council members, I'm not included.
I think what we need to do is the front list, front sheet of the this report is states members' names, but they are not in the list. A couple of. I think that's what we need to tally. Thank you very much. So we have noted the report. We have checked the report. Shall we move on to item number 8? Thank you. It's a SACRE work plan. Oh, Sinead, it's you again.
It's me again. You'll have a rest in a minute. So the work plan's been circulated. This is just an item to RAG rate the determination application renewals, item 6, which is ragged as green, the collective worship, item 6A, which is ragged as green, and the membership, which is also green. Zainab Isman, who's business support for this committee for me, has worked very hard alongside Zaina to kind of go through that. So whilst it might seem that there are still some vacancies and names that we're following up, that's been quite a lot of work to get to that point, and the SACRE membership is actually looking very strong despite that. So this has been really helpful. There's a number of individuals that I'll follow up directly with on that. But yes, that's also green.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sinead. Is there any question, any comment, any inquiry, members? No. I have one. You told about the rag. It's a red, green, and amber, I think. Yeah. Am
Yes.
I right? Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Red, green. No, red, amber, and green.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what rag stands for. Yeah.
Sorry, should have explained.
Yeah. We haven't. It would be nice next time to put by the item in brackets, RJ or R or red or amber or green. I think that will help all of us. Is it possible?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, thank you very much. Anything else, members? No. So we can, is it, I think the other thing is, on the last page, SACRE rules on page 22, the last report submission deadline and publication date and meeting. These are, I think, when you cut and paste, they go all wonkies. So that's what it happened, I think, here. Report submission deadline for the next meeting is the 3rd of February 2026, and the agenda publication is on the 3rd. And the meeting is on 26th or 23rd of January. So I think we need to check it. It's the other way around. Did you get it, Sinead?
I'm not sure I know what you're looking at on the
page 22. The dates for submission.
The dates are inverted, right. I think.
The dates for submission, yeah.
Yeah, the meeting date is before the submission date.
Yeah.
It looks like it's just been pasted in the wrong column.
That's what I'm saying. When you cut and paste,
yeah, no, I agree with you.
Those all wonky. Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't look correct.
Yeah, that's right. That's what we need to check it. Otherwise, that's fine. Everything is fine. Yeah, thank you. And anything else, members? No. Right, thank you. We have checked the list and we made some comments. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Let's move on to item number 9. That is national and local updates. Jan Maguire. Jan.
Thank you very much. I hope that you can see my slideshow.
Yes.
And I'll just quickly take you through what's been going on. It's always a bit exciting for me. I'm a bit of an RE geek, as you know. I absolutely love religious education, and there's always a lot going on. So one of the responsibilities I have is to make sure that as SACRE, you understand what is happening nationally. And so that if you want to be involved in some of those national conversations, then you can. But it also means that we can feed these into our faith groups, into our school committee groups, and we can keep people aware of what's happening as far as RE is concerned. So the first organisation that I usually comment on is SACRE. So those of you new to SACRE, SACRE is the National Association of SACREs, and they are the body that makes sure that as SACRE groups around the country, we are looked after and we are provided with support like training and webinars, and also there's a conference once a year. So the webinar programme has already commenced for this academic year. So we have missed the 17th of September, but there is a webinar on the 20th of October. Those of you interested in the National Oak curriculum, there's been a lot of information about the Oak curriculum, then it might be something that you would like to go along to. And that is normally, if you want to attend, you would normally do that via the clerk, please. And then there is another webinar in November, and that's going to be about the SACRE in conversation with SACREs from our region. So it's a free session. You can go along and you can speak to other people from London SACREs, and the dates are always announced a little bit nearer the time. So we need to just keep an eye on that one on the website. And we usually get an invitation from the SACRE coming into the borough, so we might want to just keep an eye on that. And there's one on the 4th of December, and that's for professional advisors. So anybody that would like to go along, like Sinead or me as professional advisors, then we are welcome to go. I'm sure chairs would be very welcome as well. So that's the SACRE's news so far. The next item that is a standing item on our agenda is a reminder from the SACRE that we should be trying to write to our MPs about our concern with the state of religious education nationally. And as Councillor Oxley pointed out earlier, he has already read in the national press about the fact that we have difficulty in really bringing on board new teachers into religious education. There are lots of reasons for that, and I'll talk to that in a moment. But if you are the kind of person that quite likes to write a letter, and you would be confident enough to send a letter to the MPs, then there are a number of key areas that we are trying to raise awareness of. So we do need to improve bursaries for RE teachers to encourage people to come and train. At the moment, we get £10,000 for our RE teachers, whereas other subjects will get up to £28,000. So you can see that if we were able to offer a little bit more, we might be able to get more people coming through to train in RE. In terms of investment, ITT, this is the training for teaching programs. We know that it's pretty poor at the moment. In fact, a lot of teachers will get no more than 3 hours of training in religious education as a primary school teacher. And so that really needs to change. So there are things you could write about. So if you are interested, always come and ask me. I'm very happy to help. Of course, we've got the Labour Party council meeting, whatever it's called. I can't remember the name of it now, but that's on at the moment. And we've got people from the RE community there trying to speak to as many people as possible about these 4 areas. So hopefully we will find some champions at the Labour meeting. I think, Councillor Oxley, you might have been referring to the national letter that went out right across England and Wales and beyond about the state of religious education and the fact that we've got so many institutions, university departments closing at the moment. So not only have we got a problem with the intake of RE teachers, even if we managed to get more people coming through to RE, there are not enough places for them anymore in universities because the university courses have closed. And that's what the Theos letter was about, which went out into the press, and it gained a lot of interest. And I'm hoping that this isn't going to go quiet, that we're still working on that at a national level. But what we're really trying to say is we need to open more places up again so that we can train young people to go through into teaching religious education, philosophy and theology. Because without that, then what we have are lots of unskilled teachers being asked to teach quite a complicated subject. And they're not able to do that well. And this is why I spend a lot of my time having to train teachers up who've got no background in religious education, theology, philosophy, ethics. They've got no background whatsoever. And it's like starting from scratch. The other thing which some of you might already be very heavily involved in your local faith groups is the Interfaith Week, which is running from the 9th to the 16th of November this year. There's a great website, so in your community groups, if you would like to be involved in the Faith Week, have a look on the website. Lots of wonderful ideas that you could take on board. You might want to offer them then to schools in your local ward or your local area. The schools love the Interfaith Week and often will be already engaged in doing some things themselves. But if you're offering, for example, an open house where the children could walk around and join you at different places of worship, that would be a wonderful thing to be able to offer the schools. The last thing that I would just like to remind you of is the RE Hubs, which is a national programme, really. I do sit as the chair on the RE Hubs. Some of you will know it's a voluntary role. I don't get paid for that. But my role is really to encourage better RE across England and Wales. And you can see on this website that teachers of RE, even if they're not specialist teachers, can find a lot of support when they're in their schools. So that would be something we could flag up, please, to teachers, maybe in the newsletter that might go out to schools or on the website, just so they're aware that there's a lot of free support for them. One of the things that is offered on this hub page, you can see our school speakers. I have mentioned this before. The RE Hubs have now got over 1,000 speakers which have taken the training, and they are now registered as school speakers. It means that schools can log on to this website and they can find speakers to come into their schools to talk about religious education. If anyone on the committee would love to do the training and become a school speaker for Ealing, then all of the details are on there, and so please do get involved. I would really recommend it. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Jan. Thank you. Any questions, any comments? Oh yeah, Sinead.
Oh yeah, just a quick one around the kind of bleak picture for RE teachers and university, and I reached out to our data team when that paper came out, just to look at how locally we compare to the national figures, and it was really interesting. The number of RE vacancies reported nationally, as Jan has kind of said, although it's varied over time, is low now. It's ranging from a low of 20 in 2015-16 to a peak of 96 in 2023-24. That figure's since decreased slightly to 88, and according to the latest census, though, Ealing reported 39 teaching vacancies in 2024, 4 of which were not temporarily filled, and notably none of those vacancies over the past 3 years have ever been in the RE subject. So that puts Ealing kind of against the trend nationally and in a stronger position to have that expertise and subject knowledge.
Thank you.
It was worth mentioning.
Yes, it's really worth mentioning. And of course, that responds to secondary. And my concern, as you know, as I said, I'm working a lot at the moment. I'm really focusing on primary. So we have many more, thousands and thousands more children attending primary schools with no qualified specialist religious education teacher. So although we're doing okay in Ealing, I think, and thank you so much for sharing that with the secondary. My work really at the moment is making sure that we're upskilling the primary teachers who've got no background in religious education, but they might actually have the responsibility of leading on RE right across the school. But they've got no background in it whatsoever. And I'm sure those of you with head teacher experience will know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And it's how we help those teachers that are having to run those departments. It's a really big job to take on if you've got no training.
Yeah,
must
be. Thank you. Thank you. Councilman Bowles.
Thank you, Chair, and thank you, Jane, for your good presentation. Can I just rephrase that when you were talking about actually that was an annual Labour conference, which is going on now. So I just wanted to rephrase your word, where SACRE official or SACRE officials are lobbying with government ministers to improve the religious education and how we can work to improve the religious education. Yes, this is an annual Labour conference where different groups are lobbying with the minister. So thank you for that update. They are doing very well. And the second thing is when you said, and by the way, Ealing is one of the diverse borough in the country and almost faith-driven borough, as far as I know, in terms of facts and figure. There is a potential in schools, primary and secondary school, for religious education, but you are quite right. The teachers are not available. So what we need to work on that, how we can motivate the teachers to become a religious, become a faith teacher or religious education teacher. That's my, and the third point, Chair, through you, can I just remind committee, and especially Shahid, I am happy to work with you. I cannot see, correct me if I'm wrong, I know the SACRE is representing religious committee, teachers, and different faith, but still I don't see, correct me if I'm wrong, there is a representation of worldviews as well, or not? Shahid, that's the question to you. Do we have a representation from the worldviews?
Today?
Probably we can ask Jan.
Yeah, so if not, this is very important while we are working to compile and compose and working on our revised religious SACRE syllabus. I think we need to have input of all religious, non-religious, and almost A, B, C, D groups. So this is very important to put someone from worldviews representation as well. If we have, that's all right. If we don't have, I know a couple of people are interested, so I'm happy to talk to Shahid if you need worldviews representation in the committee. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Thank you, Councillor Mahmood. Shahid, I was thinking about the Constitution. Although I don't know what your response could be, but I was thinking about the Constitution. We are SACRE meetings are being held according to the Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know how can we add other things. I don't know. You are the right person, or Jan can advise us. Please.
I mean, I think just to reassure Councillor Mahmood that that in the agreed syllabus conference where we're looking at kind of addressing what that's worldviews will be included, if that's your concern.
Okay.
I know that Jan at the last meeting gave a detailed sort of overview of where we were at with the work that we were doing with RE today, and the rewriting of those elements, considering all of those age appropriate expectations, and what I suppose like the key part of that, or the key driver in that, is looking at 3 elements: believing, behaving and belonging. And of course that will be across, and we talk about these being the golden threads of the Ealing syllabus, so they will go through all of those different belief systems, including worldviews.
Okay, as long as these bits are included, happy to do. Thank you.
Thank you for raising the question about worldviews. I think it's really important. And if you're new into SACRE, worldviews is the hot topic nationally at the moment. So it used to be, we always used to talk about the 6 big religions. We must have the 6 big religions on every curriculum. And now we're talking much more about the diversity of spirituality and beliefs, and how it's more complex than just the 6 big religions, that we all stand somewhere, or as the Theos video clip says, those of you that haven't watched it, do watch it, it's wonderful. That's Theos, Theos, and they say nobody stands nowhere. We all have some kind of worldview, and it can be a very diverse worldview. And so, yes, Councillor Mahmood, we're trying so hard to make sure that every child's voice, as Sinead was saying earlier, it's so important, every child feels that they are heard and that their voice is important and that they do belong, and that we're trying to make sure that in the new revised syllabus that all children get the chance to express their voice, and that's what worldviews is all about. But thank you for raising that, and I might need to speak to Paula about that as well, because I think that Paula might be able to help me with that area too. But thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sinead. Thank you. Councillor Oxley.
Just a very quick one. Do you think you could share a link to the Theos video? That would be really helpful.
Yes, would I be able, if I send that in for the minutes, would that be okay? Or would you like me just to, I can just share it after the meeting. I don't know if I'm going to manage to find it while I'm on here today, but
yeah, no, after the meeting, that would be fine. Yeah, that would be great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's great.
Thank you. Any other comments? Concerns? No. Thank you. Shall we move on to the next item? That is, again, agreed syllabus conference. It's Jan Maguire. This is your area.
Yes, thank you. I think I might have done, I might just have to come out of my previous, I think I've still got one of my slideshows up and I can't get off it. So I'm just going to take that one off first and then I can reshare. Thank you, just bear with me. Okay, so it has been a busy time. As you are aware, we are in the middle of an agreed syllabus conference. So those of you new to SACRE, every 5 years by law, we are expected to revise the syllabus to make sure that it's still reflecting the needs of the children and the teachers of our community. Now, since our last revision, we've had the census from 2021, so we've got a lot of data to help us, but we've also got lots of local information that we can use from meetings like SACRE and also from meetings with our teachers, so it's been very useful. This is where we are in terms of progress. So we're making good progress. We are, of course, now working alongside the Haringey group, and I think that's been a useful step forward. So thank you very much for your backing of that move at the last meeting. Yeah. We have still got to move forward with the 6 areas of inquiry. So if you remember at the last meeting, I went back to the original writer of the AMV syllabus, and his name is Dr. Dave Francis, and he wrote it with Professor Denise Cush originally. And I asked him what he was feeling about the current syllabus. I wanted to see what his thoughts were, and his advice was that we really needed to return to the 6 areas of inquiry rather than the 3. So we will have 6 golden threads, and that works pretty well, and we've got lots of proof that it works well. So I have been working on that quite a lot. And as Sinead said, one of the things I was asked to do at the last meeting was to move forward with the work with RE Today, because there was a piece of work which was hanging over us that didn't get finished at the last revision 5 years ago. And so I have made that actually a priority to make sure we've got that done, because I think that held the teachers back last time. So we've got that through. It's being commissioned by you. Thank you very much. And Julia Diamond Conway has been working on completing that piece of work so that we can now support the teachers, and we can say that that part is actually finalised. And I think we can say that's a really good step forward in the right direction. I'm continuing with conversations with a lot of other curriculum areas at the moment, because one of the things we need to do is to make sure that the teachers have got access to the most up-to-date resources. So that's one thing I am working on. I have got the big ideas, which is a new curriculum now mapped against the AMV. So I'm basically sort of working my way through the list of things that I was asked to do. One thing that Sinead might mention, I don't know later, but when we first arranged for this piece of work to be done, I'm not able to move this forward for some reason, we were given a set budget, and obviously my aim is always to stay in budget. That's very important. And because we weren't aware that we needed to do this piece of work and how much it would cost right at the outset, we have had to offset that. So I will just make you aware of that. Basically, that means there isn't as much money to pay for my time, but I would do the very best I can do with the time I've got. Now, for some reason, that's not wanting to move forward. So I'm going to just have to, I'm just going to stop sharing that and see whether if I share again, it might want to move forward for me. It's just got itself stuck. Right, let's see if it'll move forward now. No, it doesn't want to move forward at all. Okay, that's not very helpful. I'm just going to, I'm going to close that down, I think, and it's now wanting. Can you see it still, Sinead, or is that? Can you see my screen?
No.
No.
You just see
Okay.
pictures.
It just got itself stuck and it wouldn't unstick. So I'm just going to share again and see if it will now work for me. The other one worked perfectly, but this obviously doesn't like it for some reason. Okay, what I might do, rather than go into full screen, I'm going to keep, hopefully you'll be able to see this and I can move my slides along. Okay. We do obviously, we've already made the decision to stay with the AMV syllabus. So those of you that don't know the AMV syllabus, then either you can chat with me outside of this meeting, but I would recommend that you have a look. It's called the Awareness Mystery Value Syllabus, and you can find it if you type in Haringey, you will find the syllabus. Now, the intention is that we become part of that website. So it won't then be awareness mystery value Haringey, it will be awareness mystery value Ealing. So I'm already talking to the website designer and he's working on that for us. His name is Sam Kavanagh and he's already working hard. So we've made some progress with that, and I think that's important for you to know, that the teachers will benefit in Ealing from having a website which has got a lot of useful documents on there for their planning and resources. The 6 areas of inquiry will become our golden threads, and I think that's useful for those of you who are new into SACRE and new into knowing about religious education. Well, what are those things that we are expecting the children in Ealing to learn about? And I think they are all things that will help young people understand about the complexity and the nuance of a multi-dimensional and diverse society that we now live in. So the first thing they learn about are beliefs and teachings and sources. So they will look at texts, they will look at the beliefs that people have, why they have those beliefs. Then they will look at practices and ways of life, or what do people actually do in their everyday life, which will sort of give people an understanding of their belief system. So they will look at, for example, maybe sort of some of the styles of services that people might have if it's in a place of worship, but they will also look at other things such as celebrations and some of the rituals that families might go through birth and marriage and death and so on. See, ways of expressing meaning. Well, that one is a really rich area, and it's how we express our inner beliefs through things such as art, creative things, drama, music, and how we express ourselves through words and poetry and text. So I think a lot of the children really love that area. The next area, D, is identity, diversity and belonging. This is such a key area for young people that sometimes they don't feel they belong and they want to know, well, what is my identity? They want to express their uniqueness. And they live in a very diverse world. So how do they do that? So we explore that. And I think it's a very important area. And that is a key area, I think, for a lot of our teachers in Ealing. And then we look at E, which is meaning, purpose and truth. What is the meaning of a text? What is the meaning of some of the things that we might do in our lives? What is the purpose of those things? And what is the truth? What is truth? You know, are there many truths that can exist at the same time? So it's quite a philosophical area, this area, and it gets the children to think. And I think it's important that they're given the chance to have a think about what they think is true. And then F, values and commitment. This is really an important area. It's about their own values and what they might be committed to. And I think it just gets them thinking about what they think as being important in their own lives. Hopefully that will show you. Now, on the website, there are lots of wonderful planning tools which are already produced, which means our teachers will not need to create their own. And our teachers in Ealing have not had access to a huge selection of planning tools in the past. So I hope that's going to be an improvement. I am going to update some of the planning areas because there are some things which are now out of date. So the government had changed a number of things such as attainment targets. They went many years ago, and yet they're still showing up on some of the documents that we have. So I will update those. But most of them are just general planning tools, which I think are going to be very helpful. This is what we did have, as Sinead quite rightly said. This is what we were focusing much more on in Ealing, believing, behaving and belonging. as just being 3 strands. And as I said earlier, Dr. David Francis, who wrote the original syllabus, is saying, let's get back to those 6, because those 6 are much more helpful in terms of golden threads if we're wanting the children to learn the depth of understanding of religions and worldviews. So that's really going to have to be my big job as I go through the syllabus, making sure that we are moving back to that original purity of that syllabus. And I think that will help us then to collaborate much more with Haringey going forward, and also to use that huge bank of resources which are sitting there. So I think that's really going to help our teachers and our schools. Councillor Mahmood, you actually referred to this earlier, is about, you know, about worldviews and about religions on our doorstep. You know, what are we doing about making sure that we're representing everybody that we now have in our local community? And that is absolutely key to this work. So what I must keep doing is to refer back to any data that I can get my hands on. So some of the data goes out of date fairly fast, like census data, but we do have other data that we can keep referring to, like ONS data, as well as local data. And my job will be to try to make sure that the way we word the syllabus will enable the teachers, the head teachers, the governors, everybody to think about, well, who have we got coming through our school door? Who is sitting in our classroom, and are they being represented? Is the religious education syllabus going to be applicable to them so that they feel they belong and that they are being heard? And so that's what I will be focusing my time on.
Excellent.
So in turn, oh sorry, I can't see you if you're asking a question. I'm sorry, I do ask away.
So Jan, I was thinking this is 6 areas of this syllabus we talked about. 6 areas, yes, in Koi. They are basically for primary school children. Or does it apply on, I don't think so, it applies on secondary or high school students.
Well, by law, it's actually from age 4 through to 19. But what is usually said in a syllabus is that core RE, so in other words, the children that are not taking religious education or religious studies for examination purposes in secondary school, that they will still have access to religious education in their timetable, and that is the law. So secondary schools do still have to provide religious education, and they would follow these 6 areas. So for example, for 6th form, we would perhaps just suggest that they would do some research projects that that would fit some of these 6 golden threads. And for the young students that are studying at Key Stage 4 and they're not going to be doing an exam, we would suggest that they would do a core programme. So it wouldn't be too onerous, it wouldn't it would have to obviously fit into their timetable, but it would allow them still to explore the importance of being a human being in a diverse society and a diverse global you know, society that we live in. I don't know if I have any other questions.
Yes, Councillor Mahmood.
Thank you, Jane. A very interesting piece of work you are doing it, and thank you for your assurance to involve and I mean to the balanced participation in the next revised syllabus. I'm just wondering, I'm just wanted to know more about your structure in terms of the syllabus for 25-26. Are we extracting something from our existing syllabus and putting in the new syllabus, or we are just putting the new layer and the new approach and abundant all the existing material, or are we just mitigating the new requirement?
I suppose it's a little bit of a mixture. So one of the things that I must do is to correct anything which is now out of date. So anything which is no longer the case nationally, like the attainment target 1 and attainment target 2 wording, that's now out of date. So that needs to come out. And then that brings the syllabus up to date. The other thing that I will need to do is to reflect the changes nationally in terms of policy and emphasis. So we've got the Ofsted 21 literature review, which I need to reflect in our introduction so that teachers are aware that things have changed. So there are certain things which are quite they're straightforward enough, you know, but I've literally just got to do them. I've just got to add them in. Some things are about making sure that we are being truthful to the original aims of the syllabus, and I think somewhere along the lines the syllabus had been added to, and I don't think it actually helped the syllabus. Having spoken to the original writer, I realised that actually we had got like another layer of complexity, and that wasn't really helping anybody. And so, really? Yes, by taking that layer, additional layer out and going back to the original format, which is the 6, it will actually help the teachers. And I really do feel that was very good advice. And looking at all of the syllabi nationally, there are quite a few syllabi that follow a very similar structure to these 6. I can see what he's saying, because what we've done, if you look at this, is we've taken the 6, but we've put them under 3 new headings. Well, how does that help? You've now got 6 plus 3, you've got 9 things to worry about, and that's actually not helpful. If we take it back to the 6, which were the original, they're quite pure, and they've got very distinct natures, and so it means that you can devise sort of 6 programs of study. You could almost do one every half term, and that would enable the teachers to manage the workload, I think, much more. So yes, it's a long answer to your, but you asked me quite a few questions actually in your original question. I hope I've answered that. My last slide, or the one before last actually, my last slide really is just to ask, my job is to do what you choose. My job is not to tell you what to decide to do. So I will bring you our advice, and I will bring you the best advice that I can get from the national community, including, like, you know, the original writers of these pieces of work. That's important. I go back to them. Those networks are incredibly important when we're making big decisions. But I am also having to make decisions like, you know, I'm bringing to you things like the cost. Again, I just remind you, those things haven't changed. But what I always ask at every meeting is if you are happy for me to continue. Was there anything that you wanted me to change?
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Councillor Oxley.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I like your 6 dimensions. I think it's in the public pack anyway, on page 41.
Yeah.
I guess that the additional detail additional layer you're talking about is the next page, 42. I was just trying to follow what you were saying. So actually, just a quick question on the 6 attainment areas. What's happened to year 4, 5 and 6? Is it just showing an extract here, or I just wondered why you've just got the 4 year groups?
Yes, you're absolutely right. It's just an exemplar of what the planning documents look like. So I've just put 1 page up, but they do go all the way through. They go all the way through actually to Key Stage 4. So it just gives you an idea of how the teachers in Ealing will be able to benefit from a huge selection of resources and planning materials which are already on the website that the Haringey teachers have access to. And as long as we're making sure that we make sure our teachers understand that we are going to be focusing on the pure AMV element of the syllabus, then of course they can then refer to all of the materials that are on the website, which will be brilliant for them because they've never had that before.
Yeah, because I found that slide, the page 41, so I'll just flip back to the page 41, sort of brought it alive for me what the syllabus is about. The one with green, I think, is on page 5 of your, where you go through each what reception kids and what year 1 and 2. I'd actually quite welcome either offline or separately just to see that chart for the other year groups through to presumably sixth form, I guess.
Yeah.
I just think it's a very nice, it really synthesized what the teachers are doing. I found that very helpful.
You're more than welcome to talk to me outside of the meeting, and I can sort of send you links to some of these materials if that's helpful. There's a lot of material on the website. It is excellent, actually. A lot of thought has gone into it over many years, and I think that's what we haven't had in Ealing. We haven't got that huge bank of resources, and so that's what we're trying to do this time round, is to make sure that teachers feel they've got a lot of support and a lot of resources. And I suppose if I know I've got your backing and that you're happy with the way we're going, then that gives me the confidence to keep moving forward. But please, you know, I will only do what you wish me to do. So my job is to listen to what you feel is right. And where I can, I go to others to ask questions. But ultimately, I would really like to keep going so that we can sort of get this finished in a way which is going to support the teachers on time. Because as you know, agreed syllabus conference, we can actually extend it for as long as we wish. But personally, I would like to get this finished on time, on budget.
Yeah, thank you, Councillor Oxley. Thank you, Jan. Jan, I was thinking, if the Ealing has 3 other extra strands, believing, behaving, and belonging. What I was thinking, this sort of work can be really focused on high school children, pupils, like 5th or 6th form pupils. So if we add these 3 strands, so what is the hindrance? What is the problem? What is the underneath problem? We couldn't get it.
Well, I think that Dr. Dave Francis just felt that we were just adding on another layer, which meant that we weren't then able to access all of the materials which had been produced for the 6 areas, because the teachers weren't focusing on those 6 areas anymore. They were focusing on 3 dimensions. So I think he had a very good point. I think, you know, if we want to access the materials which have been produced over many years, then it would be better for us to have the same wording, otherwise we're going to confuse the teachers. And I would say that that's a very good point. I don't quite understand why that was changed. There may have been a reason at the time, but it hasn't really helped anything. When you look at the document, it confuses the document. In fact, Julia Conway Diamond, she struggled with the document. She said, why have you got this extra layer? I said, I don't know why, but it is there. And she said, what do you want me to work to? Do you want me to work to the new layer, or do you want me to work to the original 6 golden threads? And in the end, as you know, I did speak with you about this at the last meeting about going back to speak to Dr. Dave Francis. And I said, I think we're going to have to focus on the 6. And then if SACRE decides to go back to the 3, then we will have to put them under those 3 headings. but I think it doesn't help anybody. It confuses everybody, actually.
So I was thinking about the teenagers, pupils, like fifth forms or sixth formers, children, pupils, the way they behave, the way they believe, and their belongings. Probably this is not the right way. I'm not thinking the right way. I was thinking these six strands are for primary school children to talk. And these 3 strands are for the teenager pupils, like fifth formers and sixth formers.
Well, I suppose if I was to show you the full grid where you could see how the arguments are developed for each of the 6 areas, you would see that it's very, very easy to translate those 6 key areas into 6 form areas of study, because they're quite complex. I mean, you can look at high level philosophy and ethics within something like meaning, purpose and truth. You know, you can be looking at Socrates, you can look at Plato, you can look at different arguments around, why we have existence. It can be very complicated in those 6 areas. It doesn't, so I don't think it helps to move. I think it's better for every single child to learn the 6 golden threads and to take them all the way through from reception all the way through to 6th form using the same wording. I think it makes much more sense in terms of sequential learning, and that the children will understand how they are growing in their understanding of each of A, B, C, D, E and F as they go through their education. By the time they get to 6th form, they should really understand each of those 6 areas very well, I think.
Thank you, Jan. Thanks. We got 2 other members. Bidila?
Yes, thank you, Chair. Just a question, Jan, really, around the complexity versus the complication. Is it down to the curriculum planning analysis that people or our people at front line were unable to identify the gaps, or is the situation of complication standardized language, or is it something else? Because I'm not quite understanding what the root cause of the complexity is.
I think that's a very, very interesting and complex question. Because because the complexity, I think, is multi-layered in religious education. So let's say I'm going to have teachers coming into training sessions. Some of them will have some understanding of RE, some of them will have a little bit, but some of them will have no understanding of RE. So you've already got a complexity because they're not going to understand very much about RE, and I'm going to then give them a chart like this, and they're not really going to be able to make much sense of it without quite a lot of help. And if they do try, it's going to be fairly superficial if they haven't got great understanding of the diversity of a religion. You know, sometimes if I speak to teachers, they will have a very, very shallow understanding of a religion, and they won't understand that each religion is multi-layered and nuanced and is full of diversity. And that's the bit that we are trying to obviously help the teachers with. If we make the syllabus more complicated by adding layers, all you're doing is adding more problems for them when they're already struggling getting to grips with the basics. So I think what we're trying to do is to take out anything that will cause any misunderstandings, just to help the teachers to teach the best possible lessons they can. Without tripping them up. We don't want to trip them up. We want to make the syllabus as straightforward as we possibly can make it.
Yeah, we want to set everybody up for success. You know, that's not, that is quite straightforward. My understanding is that when you're in front of a group of mixed ability students, you learn to adapt your teaching style because everybody will have different learning styles. There'll be neurodiversity concerns, so there'll be different strands within that mixed ability. So would the same principles of developing the curriculum from a syllabus not apply in this situation, whether you have 6 areas or whether you have 3 areas?
Well, the main problem I've got at the moment is that we've now agreed to go along with Haringey. So if we do that, we need to make sure that we are using the same language. And as you alluded to earlier, language is an issue. If we start using different language, we are going to really confuse everybody. So now that we're going to work in collaboration, we're going to use the resources which have been produced by Haringey, and they're obviously going to be using some of the things that we're producing. It means that we can save some money in terms of this revision, but we do need to make sure that we're very clear on the language that we use, I think.
Thank you.
Thank you, Betty. Thank you. Marianne.
Thank you, Chair. Just a comment, really. These 3 dimensions seem to me to map very straightforwardly onto the areas of inquiry. So believing is A, and behaving is B, and belonging is D. So I think maybe the discussion is really one of semantics, whether you call them dimensions or just subsume them into the 6 areas of inquiry. So I think people who are wedded to those 3 dimensions don't have to worry because they won't be adequately covered.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Marianne. Yeah, I would like to ask Sinead now. Sinead, your views on this topic.
Yeah, I mean, I think that everything that Jan has said and kind of recommended around the work that's already been done, what we already have, because bearing in mind we are trying to stick to a budget that is a genuine not a concern as such, because I think that we're doing the best that we can with the resources that we've got available. Yeah. I think that we will rely on our group of teachers, our network, which is strong, our scholars that we've got on board to really test this out with teachers who are in the field, and will be using it. And a key piece as well for me is the additional resources that we will get and the additional accessibility for our teachers through the work that we're doing with Haringey, but also it's not been mentioned, I don't think, so far, but the vocabulary that's going to kind of go alongside this and sit alongside that, which I think will help to unlock for teachers who maybe aren't as confident. So I think that going back to not going back to, but sticking to those 6 blocks would be the most efficient.
Right. Thank you very much. Thanks, Sinead.
It's also, sorry, just worth mentioning, when we come on to some sort of more local updates around what Ealing is doing that is going to support this, there's the health improvement team have just refreshed their PSHE curriculum, their scheme of work for primary, which has been which mirrors almost exactly the building blocks here that we're kind of talking about. And so there is an opportunity to really strengthen a lot of those themes and get real depth of understanding from our children, because the topics that they're covering, their scheme is built around 3 core themes of relationships, health and well-being, and living in the wider world, which mirrors kind of exactly what we've been talking about worldviews and sense of belonging, and if anyone's interested in kind of looking at that kind of more, but our primary school teachers who are perhaps leading in different areas of work, there's going to be an opportunity to have some joint networks, I think, around this, and there'll be real strength in that, I think.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Sinead. Biddy, do you have another question?
Oh, no, sorry, Chair. I forgot to put my
Right.
hand.
Hand is right. Okay. Yeah, thank you very much. So I don't think so anybody put their hand up or any question. So I'll ask you members, do we agree for Jan to continue working on this project?
Chair, with your
Yes.
permission, I'm absolutely satisfied the explanation and presentation Jan gave it to us, and I personally will be backing her work, and
Thank
I'm
you very
agreed with
much.
it.
Thank you.
Councillor Mida is here. I'm quite happy.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Councillor Gallant
So-
here, quite happy too, and I've listened and it's highly impressive. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you. I think
Councillor
Paula
Oxley,
agreed.
I also support it. Yeah.
Paula agreed. Councillor
Yeah.
Oxley agreed.
Agreed, Chair.
Biddy, thank
Yeah,
you very
agreed.
much. Almost unanimously, I think we all agreed, Jan. Yeah, carry on. Thank you very much.
Well done, well done.
Yeah, thank you, Jan. Thank you. So we have agreed with this project for Jan to continue to work on it. And now, any other business? Any other business for the next meeting? Guys, we need to discuss any issues, any area of interest? No. Thank you. So next meeting will be held on 3rd of February, 2026. And if we don't have any other questions or any point or any comment, view, and then meeting is closed. Thank you very much for coming. I think this meeting was quite productive. We had a discussion, really great issues, great in a lengthy way, and know about each other's backgrounds. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you.
Chair.
Good to chair
Bye-bye.
that meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good
Good
night.
night, Chair.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yes, guys. Bye.
Thanks, Jan, Sinead.
Thank you. Thank